My name is Jonathan Mobley. I'm 40 years old. My first experience with the Salvation Army came in December of 2023. I was released from the Cleveland County Jail here in Norman. Started doing the same things. I went to the same people's houses I always went to, did the same drugs. All of a sudden, just this feeling comes over me, just starts from my feet, from the bottom of my feet, and starts going all the way through my body. It's like this electric feeling. I hear this voice go, "Don't go back to their house." And I knew that I knew the voice was telling me not to go back to where I would do drugs and drink and all that. I stopped crying, and I got up, and I walked to the Salvation Army. They had a bed, and I got it. That was on the 8th day of December, 2023. The shelter, which provides just a place to be, if you need, for me, I needed it to be a place where I could get away from everyone and everything that I knew. For me, it was a haven. I could come here and clear my mind of the drugs and also think about what I needed to do. When I wake up in the morning, the problems of life are still there, but with God, the dread of them are not. I knew that I could not go back to my old life. I knew I couldn't go back around the people or places, things that I knew. And I knew that I couldn't just sit around, and do nothing. So I started volunteering at Habitat for Humanity. A few weeks later, they hired me. I told Lieutenant Mandy and Corey about it, and I told them that I had heard of a place called the Oxford House from various people before in my past, and as a sober living house. And as soon as I said that to them, immediately they set up an interview, got me an appointment for it. And the next day, I moved into Oxford House. That's where I live today. God brought me to the Salvation Army. So this was one of his stops along the journey in my life for me. To have my basic necessities taken care of at the Salvation Army during my stay I couldn't do it myself. I didn't have any money to buy any hygiene products. I definitely didn't have money to go rent a house to have a shower in. So the little things matter so much in times when you're trying to get your life together. And then addiction keeping me homeless, and then the homelessness keeping me filthy at times, and not looking and trying to go into some place and you really wanted, that day you really wanted, to really try, and then you look the way you do, and then they don't give you the time of day, and then, man, it crushes your whole spirit on it. This is my soldier uniform for the Salvation Army, but my goal is to become an officer. And my projected entry date would be 2027 to attend the Evangeline Booth Training College in Atlanta, Georgia. I do feel pride wearing this uniform. I really do. Pride, not in the sense that I've done something, but God's done something. I'd like people to know that the Salvation Army is a safe place to come if you're homeless, addicted. There's hope in Jesus Christ, God Almighty, and the Salvation Army is a contact point for that. The reason I'd want to become an officer is because Christ gave his life for every single person who has ever lived or ever will live, so that sin can be forgiven and there can be a relationship with our Creator. And the Salvation Army facilitates that. And I don't mind giving my life back to somebody who gave theirs for me. I knew that Salvation Army was a church, and I knew I needed God, so I came here. My first sermon was over Matthew chapter 25, verse 35 through 40. Then the righteous will answer him, "Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you something to drink? And when did we see you a stranger and invite you in, or naked and clothe you? When did we see you sick or in prison and come to you?" The king will answer and say to them, "Truly I say to you, to the extent that you did it to one of these brothers of mine, even the least of them, you did it to me." God doesn't live specifically at the Salvation Army, but he does hang out here,